Can this $25 bag of Roosevelt dimes fill up this Roosevelt dime album? Hey everyone, it's RobFindsTreasure. Welcome back to the channel. Have a little bit of a fun hunt for you guys. My silver dealer called me up, said he had $25 face value of Roosevelt dimes, and as you know, that means there's 10 dimes per every dollar face. So we have 250 Roosevelt dimes in this bag. Figured I'd pick it up, and since I had this Roosevelt dime album from the H.E. Harris Company, figured we'd see if we could fill it up. Now, there are 48 spots in here, 48 different spots, I should say, of years and mints. Plus, we have a Roosevelt reverse design here, which means that's spot number 49. If I wanted to stick another one in here because it's cool, we could add 50. There's also some slots back here. We won't be using those. These are all of the Roosevelt silver dime coins from 1946 all the way to 1964 Denver. And of course, we have PD and S mints up here. And as we get later in the series, San Francisco stopped minting them in 1955, and it's just P and Ds all the way through. Now, there are some tougher dates in the Roosevelt dime series, but most of the Roosevelt dimes are common dates overall. And we don't care about condition. Of course, I will go through this bag and I will pull out the best ones because we want the best ones to go in the album. That being said, figured we go ahead and get this started. I'm going to dump out this bag of dimes, then we'll sort through it, and I would imagine there's going to be a whole bunch of 1964s and maybe 63s. Those are the common ones, but it sure would be nice to fill up this book, and if not, see how many we're missing. Kind of a long intro. Let me put this off to the side. We'll get this bag dumped out and we'll get the sort started. But before I get started, I do want to make a quick note that part of this video is being sponsored, and I'll have the sponsorship portion of the video at the end after the hunt. All right, now let's get the bag dumped out and get this hunt started. All right, it's never the same dumping out little silver dimes as compared to quarters and half dollars and things like that, but still always fun dumping out 250 silver coins onto a mat, ready to hunt. You guys know the drill. What's next to do is to go ahead and get these sorted by decade first, and after I have them sorted by decade, I'll probably go ahead and sort them by PD and S or P and D, and we'll see how much we can plug into this book. Give me some time, I'll get them sorted, and then I'll bring you guys back in. All right, we've got them sorted by 4 stacks technically. A lot of 40s in there, and if you think about it, only 46, 47, 48, and 49. I'd be surprised if we don't have all of the PD and S's for all the years from 46 through 49 in here. 50s are a little light. I did see a lot of dates, but I didn't see a lot of 55s that I can recall. Matter of fact, I don't recall seeing a 55, so we might be struggling with the 55s, which is the tougher date. And then I went ahead, since I was going through the 60s quite a bit, already pulled out the best 60, 61, 62, 63, and 64 P and D. That's the best ones of those ones. So I'm going to plug those in really quick. We'll work our way backwards, and then we'll get on to the 50s. Let me plug in these 60s ones into the album. I'll give you a look at the book really quick, and then, like I said, we'll move on. Well, the 60s look fantastic. All of these are almost brilliant uncirculated. A couple of them might be slightly circulated. It's expected to have nice ones from the 60s, but man, these are nice. And I went ahead and plugged in a nice 64 reverse right here since I had a lot of nice 64s. That being said, I think we'll get started with the 50s now. Haven't quite made sure or made up my mind yet if I'm going to get them sorted first, show you them, and then plug them in, or if I'm going to just plug them in along the way. Now that I've talked about it, I think what I'll do is I'll get the best year in mints from 50 to 59 already set up, set aside. We'll look at them, then I'll plug them in. All right, let's get that done. All right, we've got the 50s done. Unfortunately, we are missing some coins. We're missing the 1950S. We're missing the 1955 P and D. Those have lower mintages, but we did have one of the 55s, a 1955S. I'll definitely take that. We don't have, ironically, a 57 Denver. That's a common date. Don't know why I don't have one. And then a little bit tougher date, no 58P. But we've got the rest, including a super nice 1959 Philly. Let me go ahead and plug these in. Not as nice as the 60s, and this 1950 Philly is a tough one as well, but it'll go in the book nonetheless. We'll get the 50s done, plug them in, and I'll show you a look at the book when I've got that done, and move on to the 40s after that. And there you have it. The 50s are plugged in. Look pretty decent. Of course, I'll give you guys a full look at the end of the album fill. Let me move on now quickly to the 40s, and we'll get them sorted, and we'll see if we have all the 40s here to plug in. I'll be back in just a moment. Well, we came so close having all the 40s, just missing the 49S right here. We have the PD and S for all the other ones. That is one of the tougher dates with only 13.5 million minted. But we'll go ahead and plug it in the book. Then after I get it plugged in, I'll give you guys a quick look at the book and we'll see how many coins we're missing for the complete set after only buying a bag of $25 face value worth of Rosy Dimes. All right, we've got all the Rosy Dimes plugged into the Rosy Dime album. Quick look at them. Overall, pretty nice. There's some rough ones in here as expected, especially some of the older ones, but only missing the 49S in the 40s. We're missing the 50S in the early 50s. And then, of course, the 55 P&D, you can see the mintages are pretty tough. And then we're missing the 57 Denver. Don't know why. A lot of them were minted. Missing the 58P, always a tougher date for me. And then we have all the other ones. And yeah, what is that? 3, 4, 5, 6. Only 6 Rosy Dimes missing from the collection. And there's some really nice coins in here. And there's some tougher ones. But like I said, overall, not too shabby. Obviously, you're at the mercy of whatever you get when you pick up Rosy Dimes, but it seems like whenever I buy them in bulk, I have a good shot at completing an album or getting really close minus a few tougher dates as expected, because like I said at the beginning of the video, the Rosy Dimes, there's not very many tough dates at all. Matter of fact, there's really no key dates. So like Ben Franklin half dollars, Rosy Dimes are one of the easiest ones to put together for the beginning collector minus a few of the dates. All right. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this part of the video. Now that we've done this part of the video, it's time to move on to the sponsored portion part of the video. And for that, I'd like to thank IBER American. IBER American is a company that is on the verge of becoming the owner of one of Europe's largest tin mines, the Panuda project, which is located in Spain. Now, before we talk more about the Panuda project, let's talk about tin for a moment. While tin isn't gold or silver, and you wouldn't stack it like you would do precious metals, it can still present unique opportunities. Tin is essential in many industries, especially in electronics, where it's used as solder for joining circuit boards. Did you know that over 50% of the world's tin is used in semiconductors? And with the semiconductor market projected to double by 2028, the demand for tin is set to increase significantly. Recently, the London Metal Exchange tin prices surged over $30,000 per metric ton. This increase is largely due to supply disruptions, making this an opportunistic moment for IBER American. All right, now let's dive into some details about IBER American and the Panuda project. IBER American is in the final stages of acquiring the Panuda mine. This mine was once a major producer, and IBER American plans to resume production quickly. If all goes well, then the company's market cap could potentially rise to approximately $22 million post-acquisition. Now that's fine and dandy, but let's focus now on IBER American's management team, which includes many experienced professionals. However, I only want to focus on one in particular. His name is David T. Young. David was the former head of commodity research at Carlyle Group, which is the 5th largest private equity firm in the world, and he was one of the pioneers of that industry and is now a director at IBER American. His extensive experience in managing commodities is a strong asset for the company, and IBER American's potential is likely the main reason he assumed the role of director with them. Now, you've heard me say earlier that tin is in a rising demand and limited supply situation. We know it's crucial for the production of semiconductors, and with geopolitical tensions and supply risks in major tin-producing countries like China and Indonesia, having a stable and reliable source in Europe offers a significant advantage. The previous owner of the Panuda project had ceased operations due to operational issues, but IBER American is bringing in engineering experts to optimize production and improve quality. With the U.S. government emphasizing the need for secure semiconductor supply chain through initiatives like the CHIPS Act, having access to a reliable source of tin is more critical than ever. If you're looking for exposure in the commodity market, IBER American presents a compelling case. However, it's important to note that there are risks associated with investing in mining stocks. Unlike physical gold and silver, mining stocks can be highly volatile and you could potentially lose your entire investment, so be sure to only invest money that you can afford to possibly lose. Also, please remember that I am not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. Always do your own research and consult with a financial professional before making any investment decisions. There is a disclaimer linked in the description below, along with more information regarding IBER American, who was today's video sponsor. Well, I think that's going to wrap it up for today's video, guys. Once again, I want to thank today's sponsor, IBER American. But more importantly, hopefully you guys had fun watching me fill up this dime book from that bag of dimes I bought. If you did, I certainly would appreciate that thumbs up. And as always, everyone, happy hunting and thanks for watching.